Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 453. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gast, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinside.
Heyo.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Yo.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners. Welcome, viewers, to the Moviecast 453. Sort of pre-Spider-Man Home.
Out today. I mean,
yeah, it's out today.
Yesterday, if you're listening to this the day this podcast comes out.
So I'll be seeing it on Wednesday at 4. So I'll have seen this by the time a lot of you have listened to this. So probably. But that is opening this week. We are going to sort of play a game. So we're going to predict where we think the universe is heading, stuff about this movie specifically. I have some questions.
I could ask you guys questions too. Really?
That
makes a little more sense even.
But one of us has seen this movie already because it's out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we even tell them who? Just kind of let this run?
Well, I think it's kind of obvious.
We already told you pretty much.
Yeah, Tony's going to ask us questions. He may have seen this already today. So I have some questions too, but we can just do that. But first, let's get into what we've been up to, guys. What we've been watching. I finished up Good Omens on Amazon. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Good Omens was good.
It was good. David Tennant.
Not Great Omens.
No, not great.
Really? All I hear is like really good things about it.
It was really fun. The ending was ho-hum ending. I thought that David Tennant and what's his name, Sheen, is awesome.
You can never remember Michael Sheen.
Martin Sheen.
I didn't want to say Martin again, but Michael Sheen and David Tennant are like fantastic in this.
It's
really good.
It's really interesting you say that because like on my Twitter feed and Facebook, even social media, I've been seeing so much like gushing love for it that I actually, and not only that, but like even like fan art.
Oh, really?
And not that that's I put quotes as in like not like it's a bad thing, but like it's surprising because to me when I start seeing fan art or stuff, that's when I'm like, like I think this could take off, and like to me, I think
it
this
was
might
a property earlier too, so like there could be people that are also like fans of it from there before, kind of like now, let's get all this stuff going, so they're pushing it more.
It could be,
but and I'm not taking away from it, but I think this could be Amazon Prime's like first real big,
maybe
breakout hit.
Like I said, I enjoyed it. I just thought the ending was just ho hum, but it may have been because I think. I keep wondering if they're going to make more of this because, like you said, I don't know if they were planning. I don't know if they left it so they could, but it felt like they didn't want to at first. It was kind of like they were conflicted with each other during the finale.
Got to get that money.
Yeah. So, but other than that, it was really good. Like all the way up to episode 5. It's only 6 episodes. The whole thing. It's really short.
Really?
Yeah, it's really short. And it's like, it was enjoyable all the way through 5, and 6 was fine actually for a lot of it. I think I disagree with. I don't know. It just felt a little rushed. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I don't know. It's tough to put my finger on it exactly, but that's really the notable thing that I've watched because there's not been any movies this week, so I didn't get to see that. And I traveled a lot, so I didn't really get out to the movies. I went to a bunch of zoos, so you guys don't need to hear about zoos. I got bit by a penguin.
Zeus?
Bit or
Zeus. Bit.
Ooh.
Yeah, twice.
Twice.
So, yeah, that was fun.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That was
think you learned from the first time, but
I was sitting and it just came back up to me twice. And what was I supposed to do? Like I was supposed to just laugh and go, okay,
whack at it. That's like, get out of here, penguin! What are you doing?
So I don't know, but
it's almost not like Chris Farley. Like what was it?
I forgot
Happy Gilmore.
Was it?
No, that's not Happy Gilmore. I was saying Billy Madison.
Billy Madison, that's the one. Yeah. So
you are correct.
Yeah, that is correct. All right, so that's really it for me. Mike, what have you been watching?
Nothing really. I've been busy with other stuff. I actually went to Warped Tour 25th anniversary.
Oh wow.
Which was kind of rough to be honest. I mean, it was cool, I guess, to see. None of those bands are like my top tier bands. I was sort of roped into it by my brother and my wife and everyone else in the group. But I mean, I
feel like that's a theme for everything, though. to be fair, I feel like that's usually the story.
Yeah,
but so it was on a beach, and that's kind of rough for a long event like that where you're walking constantly.
Yeah.
Very exposed. It was hot and somewhat uncomfortable. But
that was a terrible heat week last week. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad I did it, I guess.
Yeah.
It was cool to see, but yeah, that's most of it. That and watching sports stuff happen.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
That was it.
Corey, how about you?
Yeah, most similar, like just Women's World Cup and getting into
Oh
that
yeah,
a little bit.
I did watch the Women's World Cup too because I was out in Philly, and they had it on like every bar. So I
Yeah.
watched.
You were
watched
in
it.
Philly?
Yeah, we ended up in Philly. It was a long story. So we went to
How
Camden
did you
Aquarium.
wind up in Philly?
Camden Aquarium. We went to Camden Aquarium.
You went to Camden?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, the aquarium is pretty much the only place you can go safely.
That's where I got bit. That's where I got
It's like
bit.
you just go there and you.
Even the penguins are bad there.
Yeah, they
Apparently.
fight you there.
Gangster, man.
So we went there, and then
Yeah.
to get out of Camden, you go into Philly the right way.
Yeah,
Is to go out.
Yeah.
You don't want to go through
Yeah.
Camden. So I went back into Philly, and we were like, well, there's a brewery over here, so let's stop in there. So we stopped and had a couple of beers, and I walked through the streets a little bit, and so that's it was hot and ridiculous, but went to a couple places, bars and breweries that had the game on. So
Cool.
But yeah, so I watched that too.
Awesome.
But yeah, they won today, and they won today.
Yeah.
So, they're in the finals. So. All right, Tony.
Let's see. I've been watching Overwatch League since we're approaching the end of stage 3, and we'll talk about that more on the Gamecast. But it's really exciting because a lot of teams now are like really like. There's, I would say, the big 3 that is like they're pretty much guaranteed.
There's certain teams that are good during certain times of the year.
I'm just saying, so far in the season, there are 3 teams that are clearly top tier, like above everybody else. And then, you could discuss everything else. But aside from the top 3, there have been a lot of teams that have been coming up from the bottom that are really interesting. And again, I'll get more in depth in the Gamecast, but I'd just like to say that Shanghai Dragons, which were the losing team last year, they're like a second tier team right now, potential to go like higher than that.
Interesting.
So it's good to see that because I was like, man, I feel bad for them, but
It's funny though because you have teams that are just god awful, and somehow they beat these elite teams. Also,
Mhm.
like,
Yep.
it's just random, just on a random day. It's like, this team's gonna have their moment.
Yep. But then other than that, today after work, I went to see SpiderMan because I'm on call this week, and I was like, well, holiday weekend, got to play it safe, and I was like, I'm just gonna see it today.
Yes, nice.
So
We'll get into that. I guess I don't really want to know reaction-wise. I was going to ask, was it good? But I let's just leave it.
no, it was terrible.
It's opening up.
Worst Spider-Man ever.
We're going to go to the box office on that, and actually, that's opening up really high in China. 120 it did. I think 120 is what it did. Yeah, so 120 in China opening, which is huge. They did not expect that. So, Tony, you made the comment before we came on the air that it will do $1 billion.
I'm pretty confident this is going to be the first Spider-Man to do Billy.
Yeah.
Billy.
Yeah, I mean, I know that right now. I mean, this is a weird opening day. A Tuesday is a weird opening day.
Yeah, and that's what I thought. Like, I saw a 4:30 show on opening day. I was like, it shouldn't be crowded, and it wasn't like packed or anything like that. But my row was full, and I was like, really? Like, I specifically picked a row that like I was gonna like have to myself, not like, whatever. But I was just like, really, like, what the hell? Like, I just kind of wanted to like shift around, just be like whatever, not have to worry about it. I'm just like, man, these assholes right next to me, like, how dare they?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's off to a good start. A lot of kids, obviously, during the day and stuff like that, and saw a lot of like Spider-Man shirts and hats and all that stuff. So it's really good. Again, just good to see Spider-Man back on.
Oh my God, dude, let me just.
Yeah, I mean, 9:30 shows tomorrow morning or Wednesday morning are sold out.
Sold out. Yeah, I just want
really.
Yeah.
Just to do a quick fun side story. I forgot that I went to I'm sorry, I went to Heroes and Villains Fan Fest, and I also over the weekend on Saturday.
That was this week.
Yeah, and it was really beat. Like, it was just not. It's been fun the last 2 years. We went 2 years in a row now. This was the third. Excuse me. And so we went. My brother brought me tickets. It's always buy one get 3 free for this event. So it's like a $50 ticket. Yeah. Well, it's a $50 ticket, but you get like 3 other tickets always with it. Like,
okay.
So it's like, $14 or whatever it is, $13 a person. It's really not that bad to go with 4 people. So we got, 4 tickets with that. And we went, but it was like, oh my God, they merged the Walker Stalker convention and this, and there's just no content. There are no vendors. There's like a lot of C-list actors from like CW there that I'm just like, I don't even know who these fucking people are.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you?
I'm like, why are there people out in front? I knew Michael Rooker was there. That was about it. He was the big name, apparently. And he was there for the Walker Stalker side of things, not for the superhero things, because they're DC. But the fun part was, this is the reason why I'm telling this story. Now, people who know my brother may know, I know you guys all know him. He is sort of a small DC fan, just a little bit. So he had his daughters there, and they were dressed up as Wonder Woman and the Wonder Woman outfits, which was drawing, like, the crowd loved that. They were like, it was taking, they were not taking pictures because Matt doesn't want that happening, but they were all like, saying how cute they were. And so we walked past the booth with this adorable little SpiderMan stuffed animal plush, and his daughter like lost it, ran over to the thing, grabbed it, hugged it, would not let it go. They bought it. And from that point forward, the entire event, when they would walk past a Spider-Man, she would make a stop and she'd wave and yell Spider-Man. She's 2. So she would yell Spider-Man like as best she could. And they would have to take it. She wouldn't take a picture. She was afraid. But it was hilarious. And Matt's just like, oh, I failed this kid. I failed this kid. He's all I kept saying. Is like,
he did good by that kid.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Matt, DC failed this kid.
He did her right. Yeah.
DC failed this kid. So it was just hilarious. It's her new favorite stuffed animal, Spider-Man.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Spider-Man is the character that appeals to
everybody.
Like, who from DC is going to be that?
Who can make a cutesy character like that? Colorful character, that cutesy. They can't do it. Yeah, right. So yeah, I mean, DC
they're trying. I mean, they're putting Harley Quinn in everything, man.
They are. But yeah, so it was a funny story. But anyways, anything else to talk about? What you guys been watching? Anything?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Box office right now, Toy Story 4 is your number one movie for now. It's 59.8, almost 60 million. Annabelle Comes Home at 20.4. Yesterday at 3 at 17.1. Aladdin, Secret Life of Pets 2 are your top 5. Opening again this week was Avengers Endgame, and it sort of missed. 6.2 million. I don't think it gets to Avatar.
I think it does.
I think it's going to crawl by. Like,
you think it will? They'll just make it. They'll just keep it out there.
Yeah. Like, part of what, and again, this is just a theory, but a couple of the movie forums are saying that the re-release or whatever was just to allow them to negotiate to keep it in theaters for the summer.
Oh, the whole summer?
The whole summer.
Oh, Jesus.
And
wow.
It'd be kind of a slow burn. Even if it only did like 1 million per day worldwide,
Yeah.
It would hit it in a month or so, or less than a month, I think, at this point.
It would have to do that, though. It's like, I don't know, man. I just don't know.
Was it like 22, 23 away?
Yeah, something like that. The big thing is if they can renegotiate for China. If they get China and they get an extra like 10 million out of China, it makes it. There's no way we would miss that at this point.
I mean, they're saying they should have good holds. They're saying it should have good holds.
Yeah. The other thing is too is like, maybe there's a topic we could do another time, but like, I mean, even if it doesn't, I mean, and even if it does, it's not going to be by much. Like, we're talking about less than like a 1% difference between the two, like number 1 and number 2. I mean, like, it's really just
think that Spider-Man will help it also.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh yeah, you get that. Yeah, you get that bump.
Like,
you get that bump.
Nobody believed me when I was like, Captain Marvel will get a bump when Endgame gets released, and then look, it's up.
I will say,
percentage.
Spider-Man early numbers are 50 million today.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, wow. I think it's record breaking for a Tuesday.
Right now, they're easily 6 days, 200 million plus. It looks like 250 is an outside. 225 is kind of in the easy zone right now for it over a 6 day. Mm-hmm. That's 1 billion is going to be very easy. Woohoo! Jeez, yeah, that's crazy. Very easy, $1 billion. This is going to be the first, but yeah, I don't know. I think that's Endgame will get a bump. I don't know. It's got a long way. It's going to sit in the theaters for a while. I didn't know that was the renegotiation. I thought this was like just
that's not good confirmation. This is what I read. Like insiders, like movie insiders are speculating that's what happened and stuff like that. Because and I think part of what they said was now it's like a really favorable deal for the movie theaters, like the split or the share. Mm-hmm. So like movie theaters are they're not going to have like massive 4, 5, 6 screens going, but like even 1 or 2 screens, throughout the week. Okay. It'll burn and get there. So
all right. Well, let's get into the news. We've got
some news this week, I think.
Yeah, we've got Salma Hayek joining the Eternals. That's confirmed now.
I believe that's what I posted.
What was the last movie Salma Hayek was in?
I don't know, but wasn't Angelina Jolie also like supposedly?
Yep. Yeah, she's in it. Kuma Nanjiani.
Interesting. This is I don't know. It's a weird group of people to sort of like add on to something like this at this point. But
this is, they haven't said this. Have they said it's a prequel? I'm assuming it's a prequel. The Eternals are old, right?
I'm sure at some point they'll take place in the past, but
okay, this is going to take place though at some point during the current.
Do you think this is like right? Do you think this part of this movie takes place after Endgame? Is what you're saying?
See, I think it's a prequel. I don't think any of it.
I'm not denying most of it will probably be in the past, but I would be hard pressed for them to not try to fit it into a modern, like where
they could do like even a Captain America thing where the last scene of it is afterward.
Yeah, they could, but
that.
I just think that they would need to hurry that along because again, if we're talking about like they would have to wait for a sequel to bring it into play into like the modern MCU. I mean, we're talking about another like 3+ years, and that's we're talking about Phase 5 potentially at that point. So just like, well, I don't know. I think it's a little slow. I think they're trying to move quicker, and we'll get into that later.
Salma Hayek looks the same. Like she hasn't really changed.
Salma Hayek, like. I gotta say, she has aged very well, and I'm sure I'm not accusing her, but I'm sure she's had some work done. But she has aged like really well.
As far as some people definitely look better as they age, and she has that look where as she's getting older, she's more refined and not necessarily fake looking. Because get those people that are just trying too hard, to hold on to something. Yeah, and, she probably did some stuff here and there, but nothing that's like taken away from her natural beauty.
Yeah, yeah.
Last thing I remember was the Hitman's Bodyguard with Samuel Jackson. Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
she was Samuel Jackson's wife, I think.
Okay. All right, we've got Final Fantasy. This is specifically 14. Is the series? Mm-hmm. Okay, so they're making a live action Final Fantasy 14 series. It looks like this is with Sony Pictures and Square partnering. Don't have a attachment
movie
to
or show,
right? Series. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be a show. We don't have much details besides this, except they're going to be making this. I don't even know. We don't even know what service or where a service. I say what service it'll be on. I'll just safely say it will be on a service.
Yeah, if Sony's involved, I imagine it has to be a View thing or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It would be a good way to push. Their
PlayStation.
Do they still use?
View.
Oh, is it View? They have Crackle still, don't they? Still own Crackle?
Maybe.
Does anybody remember Crackle out here?
I mean, I remember Crackle.
I remember the Candy Crackle.
They have like exclusive shows on Crackle from Sony. Like they have like they did. I don't know if it's still active, but I don't know.
It could be cool. I mean, the interesting thing is, and we could talk about that in the Gamecast, but like Final Fantasy 14 has made one hell of a comeback.
Yeah,
and like
turnaround.
Yeah, because I rember joking around even on this podcast, I think, about how that initial launch was disastrous. I mean, they canceled the game. They're like, we're sorry, we need to like redo this. Like literally, we need to redo this. And they refunded people's money.
Went back to the drawing board.
They went back to the drawing board. Yeah, and now years later, it's great. I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed, like the new expansion just came out this past week, Shadowbringers or whatever, and they were going hard on the advertising. Tom Holland is doing an ad.
Yeah.
Yes, I did see that. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Like it's like crazy.
They've gone. They've done really good work with this.
Yeah, and like we can talk about the game, but like you can never count something fully out. Just in discussion with like something like Fallout 76, even Anthem. It's just like it is feasible to come back. It just requires a hell of a lot of work. So
yeah, definitely. I don't know. This is interesting. Now they're going to actually obviously they put a lot of time and effort and money into Final Fantasy 14 to redo what it's done. But I think if you look at the time now they've gone into this with it still running and now looking to merchandise it out to its show, I mean, they got to be in the plot positives with this thing already.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's been very successful as far as MMOs go. It's like
it's one of the top ones. And even like in terms of collaborations, it's a great way for them to do self promotion on their other games. Like there's Final Fantasy 15 promotions. Like you can see the characters and get gear and stuff like that. But even like other games, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I know they've done cross game promotions too.
They can get like. I think there's like time limits where you got like cloud stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And so different outfits from other Final Fantasy games and stuff. So
Yeah. So they're doing good by it. So good for them.
Okay. Yeah, they're doing good. All right, where are we here? Oh, I got Regal Cinemas coming out with their own subscription service. Now, Regal is close to you, right, Tony?
Yes.
Okay, we don't have a Regal by us at all anymore, right? Phillipsburg closed, I think.
I don't even know. I can't. The last
was
time
the
I was
last.
in Phillipsburg was like maybe 15 years ago.
Or was it? Yeah, was that an AMC?
No, it was a Regal.
There's a Regal.
Okay.
There
That was a
was, but-
shitty one though. I wouldn't. do it.
Oh yeah, it was bad. It was
We
bad.
always would go with that past time. We go to Easton. I mean,
Yeah, the only thing I'm really hoping for is that what's the other one? Sinopolis.
yeah. So
No,
I didn't know there was another one.
There's one more. It's a French company that bought Bowtie Cinemas. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
which was Clearview before.
which was Clearview.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah. That's what I couldn't remember the name of. So
Yeah,
I'm hoping that comes out because that's close to us. But I don't even know where there's a Regal Cinemas near us. But it's interesting.
Doesn't matter. You got AMC, right? So
I mean, having this feature though for like its moviegoers is huge. AMC I think is proving that right now with a successful A-list.
100%. I love A-list, and I was only planning on keeping it around for like the summer, but like it's just honestly it's $20, and it's like you see
I see
two
one
movies or one premium movie,
one
then
premium
HBO.
movie, and you're fine. So I like last month I saw one premium movie. This month I saw a premium movie and sub movie. So I'm in the positive.
there are
here, so-
times when like in the week you might like during the summer you might want to go to like a movie and then like I got a few extra hours to kill. Like just go to another movie.
Well, that's why I
Not worry about
saw.
it.
That's why I saw Brightburn the one day. The only reason why I saw Brightburn because I had an hour and a half to kill, and that was there. So
And then you also get the concessions a little bit. You get those points and stuff you can
sure.
earn and things.
No, yeah. So I mean, this is a no-brainer, really. They don't have a price on
The
this, or do they?
exclusive A-list line, premiere
Yeah.
line,
I
whatever.
would assume. I'm assuming it's gonna be $20.
Dude, the first time I ever used the A-list line, I felt like such a scumbag, and like I was expecting somebody to say something. Nobody said anything. I was like, damn, I'm being treated like royalty right now. Like there's this long ass line that's like zigzagging shit. I'm just like.
Forever in our theaters, they used to have that A-list line was just the subs line, and nobody would be but me. And I feel bad cutting all those people all the time. Now there's actually people on the line, but it's still not anywhere near the normal.
Yeah.
But so I do have a pricing structure here. This is the rumor. This is not a great pricing structure. 3 tiers, $18, $21, and $24 for the tiers of subscription for it. But there's speculation that the entire year will be charged in advance for the service.
Yeah.
So you have to pay for it for an annual fee of $216, $252, and $288. Now those might change for the final values, but that's crazy.
What is the purpose of going $5 differences here?
You're talking about the different size theaters, the premium movies.
Yeah, because if remember when we talked about MoviePass, so like part of the reason why MoviePass failed was they didn't take into account geographical location in terms of like how much you paid, because somebody that lives in, no offense, like a bumblefuck out in the middle of nowhere, yeah, exactly. Tickets are probably like $9, $8, something in that range. You go into like New York City or Philly, you go to Boston, San Francisco, Dallas, any of the big cities. I mean, you're looking at like $20+ and they would just flat out lose all that money like right away.
Yeah.
So it was abuse. So like this, I totally understand, and like I could see that, because the reason I wanted the Regal was because we have that nice ass Regal in the King of Prussia Mall, right across from the King of Prussia Mall. I mean, that is the best movie, like quality theater experience I've ever witnessed, and I love seeing stuff there. But I can't imagine them being like, yeah, $20 a month, and you can see unlimited IMAX movies here. It's like, sign me up for that. Like, come on.
Yeah, so this is going to be, I guess there's more theater access. They may restrict based on like you said, this is going to be based on the area. So like that cinema is probably $24. That might be the $288 for the year. That one. Yeah. So, but
and I'll have to consider that.
Yeah. So, all right, that's that one. Let's move on. What else we have? We have just a little bit of Star Wars news. Just a little bit.
I saw you post this, and I was like literally, I was at my desk and I saw that. And I let out a sigh and I rolled my eyes.
That's what I was waiting for. I was trying for that. That's really what I was doing, because of the kill the past statement. The fact that now that J.J. Abrams is coming back and saying that we will get more of Rey's parents in this movie, kind of contradicts a little bit of Johnson saying he didn't say he's going to like ignore everything he's done, but he said we are going to get more information about her parents.
I literally hope it's exactly like Kylo said in the second one, where like your parents are just total scumbags and they sold you and left you. Like, I hope that's it. Like 100%, just like they're villains actually, like maybe tied to like like that's what I kind of want. If it has to be this way, that's what I want. Like just total asshole scumbags.
Yeah, I was like, are you serious? Like, why drudge this up again?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Because
it's finally like accepted.
To me, it was
I don't know.
pretty clearly what he wanted to do originally, so that's why he's doing it.
Yeah. I mean, he had a plan, he said originally, and that's not the way that they went. But you know what? That's Abrams' fault for not laying it out for Rian Johnson.
Yeah, what the heck? You know?
So I just was shocked this entire time that they didn't collaborate throughout this entire series like that. Like I didn't know there wasn't an overarching.
Was there a reason he didn't do the middle one?
He was only planning to do one. He wasn't planning to come back for the last. It's weird that he wants to come back for the last one. Actually,
well, it took a while for them to actually get him too.
Yeah. So he was not coming back.
Wasn't Rian Johnson supposed to be the director for 2 and 3?
I don't remember it was Rian Johnson on both. I thought that they were leaving it up in the air about who they were going to have. I thought like the Russos or something were going to come into this. That's what I thought there was, but because they were grooming, I thought they were grooming a Marvel. Maybe it's James Gunn originally. I don't remember, but one of them were like.
All I know is that, like, how I feel about this movie is J.J. Abrams coming back to make another movie where he doesn't
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah,
dude, I swear to God, if it's just going to be a retread on Return of the Jedi, I'm just going to be like,
I have a feeling. I mean, I know. You know, make this like you know
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah. So I don't know, but all right. What else we have here? We'll see. We have Sandman officially ordered by Netflix, the Sandman TV series based on that graphic novel.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt was trying to make this like forever, but
yeah, I know this was Corey. You were a huge fan of this, right?
I was a fan of it. Not. Like,
I thought you were a huge fan.
Like,
maybe I'm thinking about why The Last Man.
Why is definitely like I was.
Sandman is really. I read it as like a young teen. Because like I was like at the time I was getting into comics and like Sandman was everywhere. They're like, oh, Sandman's great, and I was like, all right, I'll order Sandman. I was just like, what the fuck? Like I don't even remember it. Just I remember being like, this is weird. Like I don't know if I like this. So it'll be interesting to look at the material as an adult now. We'll see though.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious to see how they interpret it. Because I think one of the big things was like they were saying is like this should never be made into a television show or movie because it could never adapt it properly.
Yeah.
So we'll see. That's the argument people have.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Though, right?
What's that?
Netflix.
That's a Netflix series. Yeah.
I mean, I feel more comfortable that Netflix has got it. And
yeah, I mean, look at the Henry Cavill.
Somebody else.
We forgot to mention that the Henry Cavill.
I thought you were going to mention it when you mentioned Henry Cavill later.
Well, we're going into that right now. Oh no, we're not. I missed it. Oh
my God.
That's fine. I skipped over Henry Cavill anyways. So they had the Witcher artwork. Well, the posters come out for that show, and yeah, he looks like the Witcher. No, why not two swords? That's iconic, isn't it, for his character?
It's necessary.
The book, I don't know. Like, is that part of the book stuff?
I don't know because all I know of the story is Witcher 3, which is pretty deep into the story at that point.
Yeah.
But I know that he has two swords. One is like steel for killing humans, and one is silver for killing monsters. So that's why he needs two swords. So yeah, it's like there's a functional reason why he has it normally. So I don't know why he wouldn't in this case, but I don't mind his look. I know a lot of people are upset about it. I think
it looks fine. I think
the first image was bad just because it was like put a wig on him and take a picture and see how. But this is he's got his makeup, he's got his outfit, he's in the element, so it looks fine. We'll see.
I think a lot of people are not realizing that their familiarity with his character is from a deep part of the story, like near the end, and not earlier on. And also it's a different take on it because it's just a game version of the book and these are based on the books. But I'm not that upset with it. I think he looks okay. And I'm actually surprised how close to the game the armor does look, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it looks fine. And, that was the thing. Is like, I kind of hate when we see, like, leaks like this where it's just kind of like, some asshole on set, like, just being kind of like, oh, let me, like, leak a picture that's like...
These aren't leaks.
No, I know, not the ones today, but, like, weren't some of the originals that, like, way back when, it was like, oh, my God, and that's when everybody's like, this looks like a broke-ass... I think we even joked about it, like, the Halloween...
the last time they had something, it was fucking awful looking. Like,
Yeah.
maybe let's do a wig from the Halloween shop on
exactly.
and he took a picture. It's like, what the heck are you doing? Like, he's got his makeup, he's got his armor, he's in his element, so it looks good. I think the other characters look fine too.
I think so too.
And Siri.
Yeah. The other news from Henry Cavill is that he's obviously moving on from Superman, making movies, going to be starring as Sherlock Holmes with Millie Bobby Brown.
Oh, so she's moving on from Stranger Things?
Well, maybe.
She's already she's in the God Monster.
Yeah, I know she was in Godzilla. So
Godzilla. Thank you.
She can do other things. I understand your point, Mike, but they're talking about these are movies, man.
Yeah, movies and TV series are completely different.
Yeah, you can actually have more leeway with series and shooting movies at the same time.
We'll see.
So
he's doing Witcher and he's doing this. What's that?
Is this a movie or a?
It's a Sherlock Holmes movie with his sister, Enola Holmes. It's a book. It's a book series. I thought it was a sister.
It's probably going to be his daughter if it's going to be Millie Bobby Brown.
It's based on a book, Nancy Springer book series, Enola Holmes, which is Sherlock and Mycroft, which follows Sherlock and Mycroft's Holmes' much younger sister, Enola.
Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I don't know. It'll be a weird show, a weird movie, but that's happening. What else we have here? We've got the Flash news. Oh my God, we have Flash news.
Maybe. I don't believe
Flash in the pan news.
You don't believe Hollywood Reporter is reporting
that the report.
It director Andy Muschietti, I probably butchered that, is in talks to tackle the Flash movie with still Ezra Miller attached, apparently.
Yeah, as Flash.
Well, we got to have that contradictory news article.
Yep, that's what I mean.
Yep. So it's interesting.
So does this mean that he pitched his script in time?
No, that was rejected. I know I read that, but that means they re-signed him. So we're getting Flashpoint to reboot Batman and Superman.
Nope.
That's it.
No, you don't need it. You're already rebooting it without Flashpoint.
Yeah, that's true. So I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you're rebooting, but you could actually have Flashpoint tell that story as to why they look different. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the first one is supposed. The Batman sounds like it's going to be a prequel anyway, so they
why do Flashpoint?
Explain that away.
Wait, Jim. I think you might have said that incorrectly. They're not the article I linked said that they're not moving forward with the Miller script.
I said that. I said it wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I said it was rejected. I said it was rejected.
Okay, I thought you said it was. I was like,
no, it was rejected. I knew that. I knew that it was rejected.
Moving forward with the actor.
Yes, they're moving forward so far with the actor.
So far until he shows up one day.
Till tomorrow,
until someone else decides something different.
Yeah. So, okay. Then this last bit of news I have is The Walking Dead came to an end. The comic.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw that now during this podcast.
That was a huge spoiler kind of thing to just drop out of nowhere.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, the link even says
I didn't know. I'm just reading the news. I don't follow it at all. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
I guess it doesn't. That's really shitty.
It's going to be everywhere, though. I mean, it was just on her homepage on IMDb. So, surprise ending.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I didn't know anything about that. I don't know.
I mean, I haven't been current with it. But, the idea is they don't. I guess it's a spoiler in the way that he didn't want people to know it was coming when it was coming.
Is that the spoiler? I'm like, I don't know anything about the story.
That's the spoiler. Is that the reason why it's a surprise ending is because he didn't want people to be reading and knowing that it was going to happen. Soon.
That's pretty awesome. Now I feel really bad.
Yeah.
Now I feel really bad. That's really awesome.
The last issue is extra long, and people are even saying he negotiated with I think it's Dark Horse, right? Yeah. That the solicitation for future issues were totally fake, and they're just refunding people's monies.
Wow.
That they totally just faked everything. Yep.
Right.
This is the last issue. The next 3 that we had orders for, we were just trying to use your money.
Yeah.
There's no more.
Interesting.
Wow, I don't know how we can cut this part.
That's
I feel
all right.
bad.
It's all
I
right.
feel bad.
I mean, I don't know. Like,
Going
It's
to
a
be on the
common-
news, I guess. I don't
it's
know.
It's going to be everywhere. It was everywhere. It was on the front page of IMDb.
But I
so.
remember,
What the
like,
fuck was the IMDb?
but honestly, like, Mike,
I go to IMDb. What the fuck
Oh,
is
wow.
that? What kind of a comment is that? Like, I don't understand what that has to do with anything.
wait. But I mean, I left what was it? The M. Night Shyamalan movie with the demon guy. Shoot, not Glass, but the other one before it.
Unbreakable?
No, not Unbreakable, but the one in between.
The Sixth Sense? What are you talking
The what?
Split or something?
Split. So Split was a surprise that it was linked to Unbreakable, and that was like that's the big spoiler there. And I managed to not find that out for a little. I mean, I found out just before I went into the movie, but
I'm not sure if this is a real spoiler. It's just like it's like an outside verse spoiler in a way.
yeah. I mean, I was shocked that's actually happening. I mean, I just figured that's.
I mean,
so
who knows?
popular.
Who knows if it's even real? It could be a
That's
publicity stunt.
Could be fake. We don't know. Fake news.
Well, if you know what happened in the issue before this last one, there's kind of good reasoning for it. But you know,
Oh, I don't know. I don't
I
even
can
know.
spoil that. You want me to
No.
spoil that?
No,
All right.
well, no. I mean, maybe I'll read them someday. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I have 193 issues to read. I mean, that's gonna be.
I mean,
hell
I
of a
spoiled
read.
it for myself because I don't give a fuck about that series anymore. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, what's the spoiler? I was like,
I
oh my
feel
God,
like
okay.
it also kind of went off the rails after a while. It's similar to the TV show, but
I don't know. All right, let's get into our topic. Topic of the night is Spider-Man: Far From Home. We're gonna give our theories about where it's going, and Tony's going to do his best to not spoil anything for anybody.
Yeah.
He's gonna keep a straight face, poker face. So I had some great ideas for this today because we didn't quite have a topic worked out between us. So I was like, well, I was brainstorming, and I was like, well, we have this, and basically we'd already talked about it in this podcast what we thought opening weekend would be. We have a little bit of numbers right now to kind of help us out with this.
Mhm.
So I guess like it would be a 6-day weekend. So where would you guys like to predict?
6-day weekend? 6-day week?
It's a 6-day weekend.
Okay.
So it's opening
would-
weekend is what it's called. You can't opening week is
Opening
like, I don't know.
week. It's opening week. You can't
It's a
do a
6-day box
weekend.
office. It's a 6-day box office.
but
There
would
you go.
they use just the weekend when they calculate it?
I mean,
like,
you could
in their
you
list?
could do just the weekend if you guys want to try to predict just the 3 days.
No, because like the thing is like today was as in we record this July 2nd, was the big opening day. Like I'm not gonna say let's do Friday, Saturday, Sunday now. Like I think that we should include them all.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm looking at this doing. I think this will open at 255 as well. I'm going to go high on this. So
I can see that.
Yeah. Mike, where would you like to put this at?
See, I don't know because again, I'm used to talking about a weekend. So
I gave you numbers earlier in this podcast. I
Yeah,
said that
I
the
know.
range was 200 to 250.
okay.
There's your range. You know where your range is going to be. Pick anything in between. You could probably go under.
240. There we go.
Okay, you can go under.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's hard to imagine that this is not going to average around 40 million a day.
Yeah. Well, that does help. But I mean, there's drop offs. I mean, there's Thursdays.
We're also talking about the middle of the week, being July 4th. That's a huge movie day, holiday. I mean, especially with the record-breaking heat waves we've been having, people are probably going to want to go to an air-conditioned movie theater to see that. People are taking breaks, because of the.
Yeah, no, I mean, but you said it did 50 today already, so we know we're already at 50.
Yeah. It was
So
on the
you- I
first
mean-
week. That's what I'm going to go with. I'll say 275.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to go higher than you, Jim. Actually,
All right, go ahead.
I was thinking it could be around 50 a day, and like we're looking at
300 million.
300.
right. I mean, I'm not going to say 3 million. I'm going to say 285.
Okay, there you go. All right, so there's our range. But anyways, that I just want to get those numbers.
I mean,
I
Mike it was averaging 40 million a day with Mike's thing. I mean, that's hella good. So
I actually wanted to ask you guys now. I thought we were going to have all three of us participating in this one. So I wanted to ask you guys theories about where the movie was going and where the universe was going after this, because we're supposed to get our launch. This is like the epilogue, the final thing from the after Endgame. So I was wondering where you guys thought we were going to go. Now, do you think that this introduces, my first question is, as a Spider-Man fan, do you guys think this introduces the multiverse?
Probably not.
No.
I don't want it to right now.
I mean,
You think that's too much too soon? Because we've already been introduced a little bit.
I know, but I think Spider-Man works as a relatable character when he's in more relatable situations. I don't want Spider-Man, even though he's already died and been to space and all that stuff. I kind of don't want him to do stuff like that. I don't think that's what that character needs to do. I don't know. Now, there's me wanting what I think is going to happen, and it might not necessarily be the same thing. So that's why I'm a little hedging in with this. But I think if they get what makes the character like relatable, they could touch on stuff like that, but they won't like,
because there's already been like in one of the trailers, I think they mentioned that that Mysterio was actually saying he was from a different dimension.
Well, Peter Parker says in the trailer.
Yeah, so there's already been there, but so are we getting introduced to that here? Is what I'm saying, or is it all just a smoke and mirrors thing from Mysterio that we?
I mean, I would like and hope that it would be a smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, I mean, that's his thing. That is his thing.
Given that it's Mysterio. Yeah, pretty much. I think, obviously, the way the movie starts, or the way the universe is before this movie, it opens the door for characters to seriously consider like stuff like that happening. But I'm hoping that it's not going to delve too much into that here.
Okay.
Yeah,
in reality.
For me, they've built this really great MCU that like it feels like its own universe, and I think that for me right now, I would love to see them tease it the entire movie, because we know Spider-Man has a multiverse, and like that's a thing. Like tease it and be like, oh no, it's not a thing, and then at the end credits, like after everything, like you can introduce it there. I don't want to see it in the movie though. I want to see like something as a tease later on. I would rather see that than them just fully introducing multiverse. Here we go, we're in the multiverse now, because.
I think that
I'd rather focus on this as a sequel to Spider-Man: Homecoming and just the characters. I want more of that, and then like get me excited to see like, oh, right, now we're going into his multiverse. I know we're going to get this in the next movie, but not in this one.
I don't know, man. I think we are introduced to it in this, so I think we are going to see that. And,
well, I think like I said, I'd like to see it at the end and not as a part of the main thing.
Okay. All right, Tony, why don't you have
you think that Mysterio's from another universe?
I don't know if he necessarily is from another universe, but I think we will be introduced during this movie to the other universe during the movie.
Maybe he's secretly the old Peter Parker, like from Spider-Verse.
We're gonna do this one more time.
Yes, that's great. I'm gonna watch that now. But anyways, Tony, do you have anything like question-wise you said you were going to ask us? Do you want to think of one while I do another?
So, and again, it's not going to be, I'm not going to
spoiler bait.
Spoiler anything. What do you guys think Far From Home means?
Aside from the fact that he's
multi-layered
on vacation,
he's far from home.
Okay, I'm just curious if you guys think there's any like other.
No, I think that it's definitely. It's the name, they pick the names and it has significance besides the obvious. Like with Homecoming, it was like, okay, it's a homecoming with the school and all that jazz, but really it was Marvel Spider-Man coming back to Marvel.
Right.
Like,
well, also that, and you can also make the statement, but then if you remember now, because now I'm thinking, now the brain's turning about this, because he was asking, because Tony asked the questions. Now my brain is turning like, what if there's another meaning? So if you think about Homecoming, that's actually where the plot twist happened, right at Homecoming in the Spider-Man Homecoming. Remember, like,
right?
That's where the Vulture plot twist happened.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and. So obviously, I fully expect this to have multiple layers, not just like, oh, we're going to Europe and we're in this Europe thing. Where the Homecoming thing has
multiverse confirmed,
right? Multiverse implications.
I mean, you could also say that Mysterio's far from home in another dimension.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Far from home's like the multiverse,
but
like hopefully it's not.
Hopefully it's not
as obvious.
All right.
Okay. I can do some other ones. What do you guys think of the new suit?
The black suit or the black and red suit?
There's a lot of suits happening.
I just wanted to make sure because I don't want to say anything because I'm not sure if this was.
Yeah, I've seen them both.
Okay, what do you guys think?
Marvel, the Sony game spoiled it also.
I love the. I love the.
It reminds me of the game. It's
Yeah.
It's crazy to see how many different suits he's gonna have in this. At least what we see, at least three in the trailers.
Like the Tony stuff.
Yeah.
Is pretty cool.
I think I like the black suit quite a bit. You know, the stealth suit, as you want to call it.
Full black one?
No, yeah, I mean the stealth suit, because you can't call it black suit Spider-Man because that's symbiote. But
Yeah. I don't know about it. I kind of like when he sticks with one suit per movie, but that's
I don't mind him switching suits. I'm not a big fan of the stealth suit one. Like, why do you need a stealth suit if you're Spider-Man?
Thank you. Actually, that was going to be a follow-up question. Do you think there's any guesses on why there's multiple suits in this one?
So last time he lost it.
I don't know, because he can.
Gadgets, yeah. I just like. I don't know.
The whole Stark Tyne thing makes him more of a gadgety character than the normal. So I feel like he's just going to be like, this is a good situation for this suit.
But I mean, you have the Iron Spider suit. That's a good situation for any. I mean, it's like,
yeah.
You got the Iron Spider suit.
He fights
fought Thanos' army, and
you fought Thanos in there, and yeah, I mean that is
I know
maybe
it needs some cleaning after turning on instant kill mode.
More curious about. I was like, why is he? Obviously, like he kind of in the trailer they show him like leaving the suit behind and stuff. But like, I'm curious to see like why you would go away from the Iron Spider suit.
Well, because I think also, I mean, that was another suit they were designed by Tony, and maybe he doesn't feel. Maybe it's back to the whole not feeling worthy for it. He doesn't feel worthy for it,
or he just feels sad with it around.
Yeah, I think it's more doesn't feel worthy to be that.
Okay.
So, is Mysterio a good guy or a bad guy in this? Now he will be a bad guy, I'm sure, but is he a bad guy in this?
Probably eventually. I think he will be within this.
Because we have the elements also in this movie, right?
I think Disney loves to do the whole switcheroo villain thing. Like that is their like bread and butter. The villain's a good guy for like the first 3/4 of the movie, and then all of a sudden stabs you in the back, and turns out he's the bad guy all along. They love that. And we already know Mysterio's a villain in the comics, so I don't see how he's not got his own agenda going on here.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think obviously he's the way his character is. I think he's the villain as well, but
he'll be like Doc Ock in the video game.
Yeah, that was weird. My Siri thing just went off. Anyways, it was listening to us.
Siri.
It looked up Mysterio villain. That almost brought back search results I didn't want to see.
Yeah, Siri's gonna give you some spoilers.
Yeah. So, what else did I have? How many? What other villains do you expect to see in this movie?
Expect to see? I mean, I think you just got the
What
elements.
other villains do you think you'll see in this movie? Do you think we'll see other things besides the elements? Will we get like
Mysterio? Besides Mysterio and the elements.
Yeah. We'll get like Doc Ock. We'll get Rhino. Oh, wait, do we have Rhino? I don't remember.
Paul. What's the guy called?
Giamatti.
Rhino's like maybe the dumbest like villain in Spider-Man.
I mean, there's some villains. There's Shocker. There's all those other villains that are just
right.
No, I know. No, Shocker happened already in this universe.
Mm-hmm. Do we get Yeah, I mean,
Prowler.
there's like Prowler. There's actually Kingpin's fair game now.
So the elements are we got Hydra, a Sandman, right?
Well, those aren't these characters, I don't think.
So who is it then? Is it one guy or what? You think it's one guy?
They're elemental things.
I thought those were like Hydra Man.
I think I remember Hydra from
and Sandman and yeah. I mean, I think those are going to be the guys in this movie.
Oh, I don't think I don't think you get Sandman like that here.
It really depends on if they're more than one character or one. If they're more than one, then that can be it. If it's just one, then there'll probably be someone else somewhere.
I don't know. So.
I guess you could. I guess make Sandman the side. I don't know. I think
weird.
Sandman.
It's weird. It is weird to do this with this out already. But anything? Questions for us, Tony? Anything else?
Yeah, I guess it's an open-ended question. So I know immediately after Endgame when we did the spoiler cast, and just so we're talking about it, we're gonna spoil what happens at Endgame, but we assume that most everybody has probably watched that already.
Sure.
So this is your last one. So post the Endgame thing, we talked about how they had that 5-year jump
Yes.
Or just like some people got snapped and some people didn't.
Yeah.
And the world kept moving on. So is there anything you guys are expecting or wanting to see addressed with that in regards to Spider-Man Far From Home? Because this is the first movie after that, after Endgame.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have to address that almost immediately.
I would like a lot addressed, and I think it's not going to be too much.
I think they have to take that right on first thing. I think that's the first thing you have to address, really, is that time jump. Because, like, you can't tell me his entire class got snapped, and they're all the same age.
I think that's what they're going to do. Or at least the important characters.
The people that his whole debate team's did get snapped, I should say, because they were all there, right? So
well, maybe they did. I don't know. Maybe we'll get another explanation of the snap.
They all just couldn't age.
I think that you have to address it, and the characters will address it, and obviously, them being most of the characters that we saw from the first movie. Same as we call them here in the trailers, they'll probably say something.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, this is like a definitely connected universe. I think by not addressing it, you're.
Well, the thing is that it's connected for sure, but Sony wanted this movie like in production and like out quicker than I think Marvel really did, to be honest. Just judging from the way they timed their trailers and stuff, I don't think Marvel wanted the whole post Endgame stuff spoiled as quick as it was, but they did it because
because of this. This may have been a fall movie they may have wanted.
So to me, I think that on some level they'll try to get that stuff over with as quick as they can and not dwell on it too much in this movie.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I think Tony Stark making the sacrifice he did.
I feel like that's going to be the focus on the focus. I think that's going to be way more of a focus on the fact that half of everyone in the world disappeared for 5 years, even though that should be a bigger deal. It's not going to be, I think.
I think that they kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I already saw it, but you guys will see.
Yeah.
Right. What do you guys expect to see from Peter Parker / Spider-Man in this movie as like that, the second piece? And already knowing that we're getting a third Spider-Man movie, what do you guys want out of, the character development and the story arc? Because I know, there's been some mixed feelings. I think we were divided evenly about like how like him being in high school is kind of like a touchy subject and, just being a younger character and all that stuff. Is there anything you guys are hoping or wanting to see or expecting from this?
Based off the trailers and just based on the trailers, it seems like he's just having to deal with the death of his mentor essentially, and then obviously still being a high school kid who wants to go be a regular guy and take a girl that he likes out on a date, and he can't do that. So I think, and I don't really like when they do this, but I don't like when like movies and things like take something that people are really good at and take it away from them. It's like, why do you do that? But I feel like in this movie, they're going to be like, all right, Spider-Man, like Mysterio's got this. You can take a break now. And then obviously when he takes his break, shit goes down. He has to go back at it, whatever. But I think that the trailer set that up. Like, hey, Mysterio's kind of got this role. He's going to be helping you out. So why don't you just be your normal high school kid for a little bit? And Peter Parker's going to jump on that chance because he's like, what else do I have to do? Like, I saved the world already. Let me take a vacation.
Yeah.
It's again, it's sort of weird again considering he's going to be like 5 years in the future. So he's like a super senior now, but not really. So I would like.
What do you mean, super senior?
Because it's 5 years later and he's still in the same grade. It's a super senior.
Yeah, he's gone for 5 years.
I know that. But I mean, like, it's just weird that for the rest of the world, he's going to be this kid who's been in high school, more or less, like without any progress for so long.
Like what the world has to deal with. I
know. But so to me, I think I kind of hope that after this movie, he's pretty much done with high school. I know that like. I'm not sure. What was he, like a sophomore or junior in the last movie?
He was a sophomore, I think.
Sophomore, I'm pretty sure.
I would like for him to be pretty much done with high school after this, and for them to get this whole is MJ thing done with too. Just like get into that, like have her be his girlfriend or whatever by the end of this movie. Just get that stuff out of the way. And mostly I'd also like him to like get a full on spider sense and explanation for it and why it's there now and not before. Because I feel like that's
so we're not going to get
gonna
Senior Home is the third movie.
I hope not. I don't need senior year. Spider-Man senior year.
Like how we fit home into the third movie.
I was thinking that. I was thinking that immediately after I saw this movie, and I will say I'm looking forward to the spoiler cast for this one. I will be,
Spider-Man homeroom.
I don't know. So, all right. I think that's good. I think we'll wrap up this movie cast. We're going to do a spoiler cast, I'm sure, very soon. Even like Stranger Things spoiler cast coming up as well, because I'm sure we'll all see that soon. So tune in to our future coming episodes. Thanks for tuning to this one. You can write us, podcast@allygeek.net. Follow us on Twitter, allygeek. Like us on Facebook. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. Thank you. Excelsior.